A very good afternoon to all the participants and to our resource person, Mr. Surajit Sen, to today's training program. The topic for today's training program is Smart Teachers Make Smart Schools. And this is very much applicable for all of us because who wants to be unsmart? Who wants to lag behind? Everybody wants to get that first pole position. And for that, we all have to try. Now, if I say about our resource person today, Mr. Surajit Sen, he is the principal of Jharkhand Public School, Dhanbad. He has a teaching experience of about 21 years and he is a CBSE resource person since the last many years. He has taken many trainings and he is a very good trainer also. We would like to hear from him. And I would request all the participants to keep themselves on mute and to switch off their video and to share only important things in the chat box if the resource person asks you to. Otherwise, it will disturb the meeting and we cannot enjoy this 1 hour. So let us enjoy this 1 hour. Let us learn something in this meeting. And after the attendance link is given out at around 5, all of you, please fill it up properly. Please do not give any wrong information in the sense that sometimes you are giving your name in place of the name of the school, some other mail ID in place of the CBSE Siksha mail ID. So it becomes very difficult to send the certificates. And also please check that the spellings of whatever data you are entering is correct. There is no hurry to fill up the attendance link. Take 5-10 minutes, but fill it up correctly because there are only a few fields to be filled up. I would now request our resource person for today, Mr. Surajit Sen, to kindly take over the training. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. And once again, good evening to you and to all the respected, learned teachers of Jamshedpur who comes under Jamshedpur Sahodaya. It's a big opportunity for me to be a resource person over here today. Okay, I think 15 days before, Madam asked me that, Mr. Sen, please do one program for us, training program. And you know, when she says, I cannot say no. That is because I remember my very second training program as a resource person was under her guidance some years ago at Jamshedpur. So when she says, I have to say, yes, ma'am.
Surajit sir, so here is one thing I want to let you know is that it's not only from Jamshedpur Sahodaya, but we're also having the participants from Patliputra Sahodaya. So today's attendance participation link is going to be more than 1,000.
Oh, great. That's excellent. So it's a big opportunity.
That will charge you up for today's meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. So it's a big opportunity for me. Thank you very much for that. Welcome once again, Sahodaya Jamshedpur, Sahodaya Patliputra, all the learned, the experienced teachers. Respected teachers, as you all know, that this pandemic, I think Sanjeev Kumar sir,
background में देंगे
am I audible to all of you? Please let me know if I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Dear participants, if you don't want sir to repeat this question, then please heed to the request of keeping yourself on mute. There is still some background noises coming which disturbs the resource person very much. So please switch off your video, please switch off your mic and keep yourself on mute. Thank you.
You can still hear a little bit of noise. Okay. So, respected teachers, as you all know, you have been practicing teaching for a long period of time. All of you have excellent experience. You have created wonderful students who have done excellent job for the nation, for their own selves. So teaching learning process is a continuous process. But at the same time, changes are going on step by step. In fact, I will say during the last few years, let us not take the pandemic as such. Let us take that pandemic also as a time of learning. During the last few years, there has been a paradigm shift, a huge shift in the entire teaching learning process. Unfortunately, many of us, in spite of knowing it, we may not have taken those changes very seriously. But now the time has come. Now the time has come when we have to move with the change. As Darwin said, that it's not the fittest who survives, but it is one who is ready to take the change, who is ready to face the change, who is ready to absorb the change will only survive. So the same thing is now going to happen in our Pooja Banerjee ma'am, please. Okay, so the same thing is now going to happen in our educational world, or it is already happening. Lot of modules are coming in teaching. Lot of what you call gadgets are coming. Lot of applications are coming. But a few things are there which are very much with us, which are there for a long period of time, but they were not explored in that way. They were not taken in that way. And one such is the one
Mr.
that we'll be
Amrendra
discussing
Kumar
today.
Sinha,
So
please
I will
mute
now,
yourself.
a little bit of noise is coming. That's why, so it becomes a bit problematic at that time. So lot of things are happening around the world. Lot of things are happening. So we will just see a few things which can definitely, I'm sure, will definitely bring the best out of us. So I will just share the presentation. I'll start the presentation, and let me before I start the presentation, let me also tell you one more thing, that whatever I will discuss today, whatever presentations I will, so it's not that I have created anything or it is my research or something like that. No, it's not at all like that. I will never take the credit of doing anything by my own self. I have taken the help from all the renowned educationalists, the teachers, from various sources, from management people. I have just taken all those sources, compiled them, and has brought down to you so that you all can see it and you all can understand it. It is not my credit. Okay, let me tell this again and again. I'll tell you. Okay, I have taken help from others. I have not done anything by my own self, because while going all these things, all this through all these parameters of learning, I found that if we discuss this particular topic that we will be discussing today, it will be very, very meaningful. That's why I have come out this week today. So I will start sharing the presentation, and then I will also go on discussing one after another. Okay. And, I am not an expert also. Let me make it very clear. I am not an expert. I am definitely a resource person. But it doesn't mean that a resource person knows everything. Neither I am an expert. I will try my best. Okay. In the process, if I make some mistakes or whatever, then I'll request all of you, okay, to bear with me, because I'm not a very good articulate person also. So let us start. I'll just share. Just give me 2 minutes. I will share my. Can you see what I'm showing? Can you see this? Ma'am, if you can just tell me.
Yes, sir, it's coming on
Oh,
the screen.
it's coming on the screen. No, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will just zoom it more so that all of you can see it clearly. Okay. Today our topic is smart teachers make smart schools. It's an approach towards good teaching, an approach towards better learning and best retaining. There is a saying among us, somebody is requesting for annotation. Okay, annotation is not permitted today. If somebody is requesting, okay, but we cannot do that right now. Okay.
Yes,
So,
so please ignore the request. and
Yes.
continue with your presentation, sir.
Right, ma'am. Okay. So smart teachers make smart schools. An approach towards good teaching. It's an approach towards good teaching, better learning, and best retaining. You know, there's a saying, there's a feeling among ourselves, there's a saying among ourselves, among the teachers across the world, that if your teaching is good, the process of learning will be better. And if the process of learning is better, the retaining, the end part of our learning process, the end part of our learning process will always turn out to be the best. That is what our teaching learning process. In case someone, please don't give these requests, okay, for annotation and all. I will not approve them, please. Okay, because then the process goes on, becomes very difficult to continue. So, what are these smart teachers? Who are smart teachers? How smart schools can be made? Let us see in the next slide. What is this? What is just stored for us? Nowadays, teachers, nowadays everything is smart, no? Smartphone, smart home, smart household appliances, smart banking and investment. And yesterday I read a advertisement, smart mattress. So I got confused. So what is this smart mattress? What is this smart mattress? Is some special chip
Voice
or
is
some
not
sort
coming
of
clear, sir.
voice is not coming clear.
It's cracking again and again, sir. Please, just
Yeah, it's cracking.
Uh,
It's cracking.
Lot of hiccups.
Lot of interrupts, sir. As far as my net is concerned, sir, it is showing
I know.
perfect. Okay, sir, my net connection.
Sir, your
This is
voice is
happening.
perfect, but other participants, they are disturbing continuously.
Yes,
That's
Yeah.
although
why.
they have been muted, they are continuously unmuting themselves. So I will now take away the permission of unmuting themselves. So, sir, I'm taking away that permission. Otherwise, they will continuously disturb you. And you please, Surajit sir, please unmute yourself, and
Okay, ma'am.
then we can.
Right, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I am unmuted. Right. I am unmuted and we will continue. We will continue. So yesterday, as I have told you that yesterday I read an advertisement. I came across an advertisement where they are showing smart mattress. So I thought, what is this smart mattress all about? Okay, is there any special microchip or something like that that will help us to sleep better or all? But later I found that the stitching of the that mattress is as such that it will help you to sleep better. So every day things are changing. Every day things are becoming smart and smarter and this. So then why not smart educators and why not smart education? If everything is changing, turning out to be smart, then why not smart educators and why not smart education? In fact, respected teachers, I'll tell you, you all are smart, no doubt about it. If you people were not smart, then the smart students would not have come out from the schools. Then all these gadgets, smartphone, smart home would not have come out because everything comes out because of the teachers' work. So teachers are definitely smart. But how can we really be smart in that sense? What is that thing? Okay, let's see what is stored for us. The next one. In the next slide, we will see what is stored for us. Something is, just give me 1 minute. Something. There is, just wait, let me see. Is the problem. What is happening with the PPT? Just a minute, let me see. Is there any issue with it? Okay. Just a minute. I think something it is jumping up. I don't know why. Okay. Just a minute. Something is going wrong somewhere. Just 1 minute. Just request 2 minutes. Something is wrong somewhere is going on. It was not like this before. Yes, ma'am. Madam, I think there's a slight problem with the net or something like that. I'm just trying to do it. Okay, ma'am. I'll just do it. Okay. Okay, yes, now we are back. We are back with the uh, presentation. Actually, there's a slight problem is there. Okay, now we are back. I think I should close the camera, then it will be much better for all of you to see it. Okay, so let us try to understand who is a smart educator. When you talk about smart education, of course, the teacher is the smart educator, no doubt about it. Why the teacher is smart? What is so special about the person? These are some of the questions that generally comes into our mind. Why the teacher is smart? What is so special about the person? Okay, before we answer these questions, let us see what information we have about today's education system. Okay, now the education system is changing, and it is changing in a big way that I have told in the beginning. Now, what are the things that we have in today's education system? Let us see this. Okay, so let us see what are the changes that we are facing in today's education system.
Let's have some patience. I think there is some networking issue from the resource person. We will get back. He will get back to us quickly. Kumar Abhishek ji, I request you not to share your content, not to share your screen. Please leave it for the resource person. He is trying to join back. He has joined. He is just trying to share his screen. Sir, please check the audio connection of your laptop.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay now. You can start, sir. We can hear you.
I hope now you can see the presentation. Am I audible now, ma'am? Am I audible right now? Ma'am?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please.
Okay.
Yes.
The presentation can be seen. The presentation
Yes,
can be seen,
we
ma'am,
can see
please.
the presentation also, sir.
Okay, okay. Now I think it will be okay. Now I think there was some issue. Now it will be okay. So again, coming back to that, we have discussed about the things that we are having, all the smart things that we are having in this world. Now we will be talking about the aim of what is the aim of NEP 2020. Okay. Now all of us have been waiting and watching for this. Very soon, NEP, National Education Policy, will be launched. Although we don't know exactly when it will be launched, but very soon it will be launched. And once it will be launched, then definitely we have to travel in a different learning process. And for that, we have to enhance our skills. Let us see we'll just quickly see what is the aim. Quickly see what is the what are the aims of what are the different aims of this NEP 20. I'll request, please don't ask for annotation. Again, this is very disturbing. It's please don't go for annotation. I'm not going to approve it. Okay, first of all, the aim of NEP 2020. What is this, ma'am? Somebody is continuously asking for this. Please don't ask for this annotation. First of
So
all, there is a
please ignore
paradigm
her
shift.
request and continue with your presentation, sir.
Yes, ma'am. The aim of NEP 2020 is that is a paradigm shift. There is a shift. There is a process. Somebody is continuously giving me this thing. I request not to give it. Okay, otherwise it will become very difficult to continue. Okay, so there is a big shift. There is a paradigm shift in teaching learning process for the schools. Focus now
There is some issue from the resource person side. We are trying to get it rectified. So please have the patience. I'll get back to you in just a few seconds. Yes, somebody is asking that should we continue with the meeting or should we disconnect ourselves? Yes, ma'am, you can disconnect and join again. That will be better. You can disconnect and join again.
Yes, I can go for it. Yes. Okay, let me see. Just a minute. Yes, yes. Let me see. Hmm.
If you're not able to present,
Hmm.
then you can just have the audio meeting also.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Because if
we
the
can hear you
presentation
now.
is not there, no, ma'am, it will, if the presentation is not there, it will not be good. Okay, okay,
Continue, sir, continue.
okay. Let me see if it can. Now the presentation can be seen.
Audio is not clear.
Audio is not there. Am I audible again?
You are audible clearly.
Okay.
Not audible, sir. Not audible.
And you can see me also. You can see the
We
presentation.
can see you, but your presentation is not seen.
Okay. See, either this issue
You
is
are
coming or that
audible,
issue
but
is
we
coming.
can't see you.
Please continue, sir. So
I
much.
will continue. Okay.
Please continue.
Okay, I will continue.
We'll hear you. We'll listen to what you say.
Okay.
Sir,
And the
please
presentation
continue.
again
Tell
will
about the
okay. We'll
topic name.
continue and again we will do it on Sunday again. Okay. Definitely. Yeah, because the presentation is not there, it doesn't look nice. Okay, sir.
But
I'll
please
continue. Okay,
continue,
ma'am.
continue, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Right.
Sir, give topic name.
The name of the topic is Smart Teachers Make Smart Schools. The topic name is Smart Teachers Make Smart School, an approach towards good teaching, better learning, and best retaining. I have also talked about, I have said that everything nowadays is smart. There's smartphone, there is smart home, there is smart household appliances, smart banking, smart investment. So then why not educators are smart? But educators are definitely smart. If the educators are not smart, then all those smart things cannot happen in this world. But unfortunately, our smartness was not recognized in that way. Maybe there are certain things which we need to do. If we can do them, then definitely our smartness will be recognized. Now, who is a smart educator? Of course, the teacher is the smart educator. Why is the teacher smart? What is so special about the person? Before we answer these questions, we will see what is there happening in today's education system. We know that very soon this country will be witnessing, or the launching of the National Education Policy 2020 will start. Exactly when it will start, it is very difficult for us right now to say. But lot of information are coming this way, that way. So until and unless the concrete information is not there, it is better not to go for any commitment. But what are the aims, or what is the aim of NEP 2020? What we generally are getting want to find, or what NEP 2020 is giving us. See, NEP 2020 first aim is that it is shifting from, there's a paradigm shift is taking place in the teaching learning process of the schools that you all have witnessed, or that you all are doing for. Focus is shifting from rote learning to deeper understanding. So far, what is happening? What previously what was going on in our teaching learning process? Rote learning. Students just used to mark the things like anything. They used to go for the examination and vomit them on the answer scripts and come out with flying colors and say they have achieved lot many things. But unfortunately, that is considered as not real education, because only a small percentage of students turn out to be brilliant and bright. Otherwise, rest remains same. So that is why now it is thinking. Now the new policy is thinking about a deeper understanding of what we want to teach the students. A more concept learning is coming. Okay, and we are making them from content-based learning to competency-based learning is nowadays coming. From content-based to competency-based learning is coming. Competency in what sense? Is it in the sense of making them appear in the this entrance examination and go for an engineering seat or a medical seat? No, not only that. Definitely competent means in competency-based. All the information that the student will get during his or her study life, in the academic life, will be used to make them competent enough to face the challenges of the world. Even if a student has to open with a screwdriver, that should also be a clear-cut understanding. That is what is known as competency-based learning. Not only to be competent enough to crack the IITs and the NEET and examination, but to be competent enough. NEP 2020 also focuses on learning the 21st century skills. There is a good number of 21st century skills. There is a special training from CBSE also on this. NEP focuses on that. More subject choices are there. Emphasis on skill education is going on, yes, and making assessment a critical input rather than an outcome of teaching learning process. Yes. Previously, we always used to make this assessment as what? We used to make them as a critical input. Okay, the child has scored this much, so the standard of the child is this. The child has scored that much, so the standard of the child is high. All these things. But NEP 2020 aims that no, assessment should be more of an outcome of the teaching learning process. Okay, it should be an outcome, result of the teaching learning process. So when these things are there in the NEP 2020, we are having these types of things are there. So thus, if you want to become a smart teacher, to be a NEP 2020 teacher, one needs to be a smart teacher. Smart. What is this? What is this SMART all about? SMART is actually an acronym. SMART is actually an acronym. Okay. S stands for specific. M stands for measurable. A stands for achievable. R stands for realistic. And T stands for time bound. Actually, SMART is an acronym that was very much in use for the B schools. Madam Shubhashri Madam herself is from one of the best B schools of the country. She knows this thing much better. Okay, somewhere in 1981, as far as information I have, this SMART goal or SMART acronym was used in the B schools. But later educationalists found that SMART acronym or SMART approach or SMART goals should also be used in the education system. We should also bring it. It should be incorporated into the teacher's mind. Thus, we can make the teachers smart. If we go to the historical background of SMART, the acronym SMART was first used in November 1981. Three important people were involved in giving it a shape. Okay, they were Peter Drucker, George T. Doran, and Robert S. Rubin. These three people first gave what you call evolved this SMART acronym, but it was predominantly for the B school students. Okay, that not too much was thought about for the education world. But then in 2001, it is believed that a school of thought believes that in 2001, when Bloom's taxonomy, we all know about Bloom's taxonomy. It is a very important part of our teaching learning process. When Bloom's taxonomy was revised in 2001, it is believed that the acronym SMART was used seriously for facilitating education. So the acronym SMART may be somewhere after 2001. A very serious thought was given to it. Before that, it was there. Somehow, knowingly or unknowingly, we all are using the word SMART in our day-to-day activities, in our teaching learning. But maybe that was not exposed in that way as it should have been. But after that, it is covered. But still, it is still. We have to go a long way in order to establish it firmly. But we can establish it. Yes, it is not at all a very difficult task. A little bit of passion, a little bit of hard work, a little bit of hard work should come, and that will definitely make us apply SMART. Now, let us see in detail what exactly each of this acronym, each letter of the acronym really means to us. S stands for specific. I have already told you. Specific, by specific, we mean tunnel focused. When we are teaching our students, when we are dealing with our students, when we are dealing with a particular subject, we have to be tunnel focused. When I mean tunnel focused, you have seen a tunnel. If you see a tunnel, and if you see when light passes through it, then only at a one particular place the focus is on. Specific is something like that. Our teaching methods, our subjects, our strategies, we have to be very, very clear cut with them. No beating around the bush, no thinking this way, that way, ab dekhte hain, aisa hoga, waisa hoga. No. We cannot go in that way. We have to be very, very specific. In this world, if you have to be smart teachers, then in today's world, you have to be very, very specific with which we are teaching. You can take help of notes, but no, not moving here and there, beating around the bush and going for unnecessary things. No, never. That cannot work in this SMART goal method. So, M stands for measurable. If we are tunnel focused, if we are very serious about it, we have to be measurable with what we are sharing with our students in our classes. We have to think in that way. We have to come down into the level of the student, and we have to give that much to the student, which a student will be able to understand and take according to his or her brain capacity. Maybe in a classroom, there are always 2, 3, 4, 5 bright students are there. Their thinking capacity is more, but we have to think about that maximum chunk, which are normal children. So their understanding, their capacity of retaining by the brain, that much study we have to go. So whatever we teach, they should be measurable. We teachers have to be able to measure that. Okay, this much I am giving, which the student will be able to retain and keep. Actually doing it in class both. So, and this will help us to track our progress. When we are measurable, when we are doing exactly that is required by the students will progress. And this will help us to track our progress of what we are actually doing in the class, both for teachers and students. Studies, respected teachers, I'll tell you, studies have shown that if one progresses, then it helps to stay focused on the targets. Every day good things happen to you, you will be much more focused onto it. You will try to do it better next day, much better and better, and so on and so forth. So progress helps us to stay focused, and targets are achieved, which means learning becomes result oriented. Whatever we teach, whatever we share with our students, whatever we do, we give to our students, they should be result oriented. At the end of the day, when the student will go out of the classroom, the student will be able to say, yes, today I have gained something from my teacher. So we have to be measurable in our giving. Maybe a little bit of rationing. Sometimes a question may be asked, why we cannot give extra things? Yes, we can, but that should be measurable according to the taking capacity of the student. You have to understand this. A stands for achievable. You know, teachers, I personally always believe that teachers are, one teacher is equivalent to 100 ordinary men and women. Our thinking, our understanding, our knowledge, our ideas are bit different from common people. Teachers use their insights and foresights. Every time we are thinking of development, insights, we use our insights and foresights. So insights and foresights of a teacher are very, very important cognitive tools. The brain starts thinking our insight, our foresight, they are important cognitive tools of ours. With this, the realist, and with this will become realistic in achieving our, and we should be approach and be maintained within the classroom. So whatever we want to achieve, whatever you want to give to the students, that should be achievable by them. They should be able to maintain them. Then only the goals will be achieved. And the teacher and the student will get exactly what they need from the teacher. So once we start teaching, once we give this teaching, that should be achievable. The students should achieve their goal. Teacher's goal is definitely to make sure the students learn, but two students' goal should be achieved. That is very important. R stands for realistic. Now, whatever we teach must be meaningful, viable, and fine-tuned. You know, just teaching anything, going over there and teaching and spending time will not work. That is okay. Sometimes it does happen sometimes, but we have to be very, very serious about it. We have to be very, very realistic. And whatever we teach must be meaningful. They should be viable, acceptable, and usable by the students. And they should be fine-tuned. Fine-tuned means you should go in detail. Students will be interactive. They will ask questions when they will find interesting and relevant contents and inputs from the teachers. Yes, if we are going for a realistic study in the classroom, if we are realistic in our approach towards the students, they will automatically ask you questions. No, it's directly proportional to each other. You will always find that teacher who faces maximum question is the teacher who is most respected in the class and in the school, and is he or she is the most popular one. So once we are realistic, questions, I give a lot of emphasis to this particular part. Yes, ma'am, please. I will try sharing the screen, ma'am. Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Excuse me, sir, you are audible, but you are not visible. We can't.
I am not visible, but I am audible. Ma'am, I don't
Sir,
understand.
send the attendance link, sir, in
Right,
chat.
right, sir? I don't understand what is happening today. Everything is so, it started so well. Shubhashri ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am, again?
We can hear you very, very clearly.
Okay, but you
Okay.
cannot see the process.
But if you try sharing your screen, but if it is not seen, no problem, sir. Your audio lecture is also going very well.
Okay, then ma'am, I think there's a difficulty in sharing it. I am showing it. Okay, I'm discussing about it again. Sunday when we will redo it, I will show everything clearly. Okay, I'll find out what exactly is the problem. Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
please
can you hear me, ma'am?
Please send the links.
What I will do?
Please continue, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
okay,
please
ma'am.
send the attendance link, sir. Please send the attendance link, sir.
Attendance link will be sent only when the resource person informs us. Till that time, please have patience.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So as I was talking, as I was saying that the teacher who is realistic in the classroom, you know, the teacher who is realistic in the classroom who gives meaningful ideas, whose teachings are viable, who gives the viable and fine-tuned courses to the students, they will always be questioned. And when they give the answers, they become the most popular teachers in the school. This has been proved time and again. Thus, teachers have to be on their toes, to be ready to take challenge and fulfill students' need. Yes, that is our main motto. Okay, we just simply cannot run away from the question that students ask. And T stands for time bound. So SMAR, we have finished. We will talk about T. T stands for time bound. There is again, if goals are to be achieved, if focus has to be made, if one has to be realistic, if one has to be if one wants to give measurable things, then all these things should be within a certain time limit. We just cannot go on stretching the things on and say, no, we'll do it tomorrow, so on and so forth. No. Whenever we talk about goals, targets, obviously time becomes the most crucial factor. So all teachers related to work must be time bound. Please, teachers, this is my earnest request to all of you. Okay. Now, go on. Fix a particular time. Although CBSE gives the curriculum, they say that within this period, within this number of periods, you have to complete the study and all. Okay. So we have to be time bound. It is seen that when teachers focus on their work with great dedication, then they do keep a firm watch on time. Work done of time is appreciated much more than great work with several hours later. This is very clear. Work done on time is appreciated much more than great work done several hours later. So let us make one thing very clear, that we have to be time bound. So thus, respected teachers, if a teacher follows these 5 steps regularly with improvement day by day, then he or she will be called a smart teacher. Now, it is not so easy. It is very easy to give a lecture and tell do this, do that, be realistic, be time bound, be measurable, be achievable. It is very easy to give a lecture sitting in the room in front of the laptop. But what really goes inside the classroom, that happens. But my respected teachers, from my experience, you will ask later, madam, from her experience, she will say, and from your own experience, a lot of senior teachers are there. This is achievable. It needs a lot of dedication. It needs a lot of hard work. We have to come out of the box. We have to think differently. And once we start thinking differently, we are bound to become smart teachers. Nobody can stop us. Now, what are the basic requirements to be a smart teacher? Suppose if you want to be a smart teacher, what are the basic requirements of a smart teacher? If a teacher is seriously interested, please listen to this very carefully. If a teacher is seriously interested to convert himself or herself into a smart teacher, then a very strong mentality needs to be developed. Just now I told, it is very easy to sit in front of the laptop for me and give a lecture, do this, do that, give. But one who does it, only he or she understands the toughness of the job. But then, we teachers have very strong mentality. We are not ordinary people. We have been teaching and creating students decades and decades. So that strong mentality needs to be developed. We need to think out of the box. That common thinking of the textbook and the note and taking a little bit note from this book and that book. No, this will not work. We need to think out of the box. We need to think something different. We have to use our creativity and innovative ideas. And if we join all these things, we will become a smart teacher. Devote more time on research and develop smart goals. Simply taking nowadays, not only the internet, but several other forms we have, means and forms we have where we can do every day little research. And we can go on developing our goals, smart goals. And if we nurture the best practices, then for the sustained to student learning. So the basic requirements of a smart teacher is, teacher should be seriously interested to convert himself or herself into a smart teacher. Then a very strong mentality is needed to be developed. Please do this. Please, we have to do this. We need to think out of the box. We have to devote more time on research to develop smart goals. And we have to nurture best practices for sustained student learning. See, our duty is not just to give a lecture or teach the students and then they will forget about it. It should be sustained student learning. Continuous, the process will go on and it will stay there for a lifetime. If that is being achieved by the students, then the students will go out of the school and then later they will, when they stand up in their life, they will tell you, this particular teacher in my school was a smart teacher who gave me the best things for learning. I know it is very easy to say, but it can be done. Smart teachers needs to join hands with other stakeholders. You know, teachers need to, with other stakeholders to develop the smart learning outcomes. There are other stakeholders, principal, vice principal, there are people, research scholars, there are students, even the parents are also there who can help us. School education is now no more limited to the four walls of the classroom or within the staff member. Stakeholders can be, even the intellectual people from the society, from the community, they can also be contacted. Their ideas can also be taken into consideration and smart learning can be developed for primary, secondary, senior secondary schools. Make sure the smart education, and we have to make sure that the smart education aligns with the school's vision and mission. Every school has a vision. Every school has a mission. A smart teacher is that teacher who will always align his teaching, his ideas that we have discussed so far with the school's vision, because we cannot forget the school. No, the school has a vision. The school has a mission. It should align with that. And also, it should align, the smart teachers' teachings and ideas should also align with that of the Department of Education, the government, and CBSE. So everything should be aligned after one after another. If all these things are done, a teacher will be considered as a smart teacher. There is nothing specific about this. There's nothing special about this. We all are smart teachers. Maybe we were not thinking in that way. Now, if we start thinking in this way, definitely we are bound to become smart teacher. So, you know, teachers, you are much smarter than you think you are. Respected teachers, I will tell you very clearly, you are much smarter than you think you are. You have that potentiality within you. You have that quality within you. All you need to do is go to your classroom and start thinking in a different way. Keep goals, keep targets, keep within the time and apply them and see the result. I will tell you, my respected teachers, if you apply it in your day-to-day teaching learning process, after 6 months, you will definitely not curse me. Right now, maybe because of some technical issues, I am not able to give this training program in a proper way. There's discussion rather than discussion. But I guarantee you, if you really give a thought to this, if you really put your thinking cap on, and if you start thinking in this smart way, you are bound to make a difference in the student's life. You are bound to make a difference in the school. And when all the teachers will follow these guidelines of smart goals, then the school will become smart. People will automatically call, that's a very smart school, you know. Smartphone can work, then why not smart school? We can do it. We have that quality, we have that creativity, we have that innovative capacity within ourselves. All we need is a little bit of passion, a little bit from the heart. Everything cannot go in a copybook style, you know, that okay, principal has said I will do this, I will do this much only. No, I am getting this much of salary, more than that I will not work. Okay, these types of ill thinkings we have to remove, and we have to go to the right approach. And remember, NEP 2020 will really test the teacher's capacity. We have to be modern, we have to be updated, we have to change ourselves day by day, and definitely we have to use technology also. It is proof beyond doubt that those teachers who will not use technology will definitely be replaced by those teachers who will use technology. Although technology has a lot of flaws, one of the greatest examples is today. But these types of things do happen. No, we should not feel bad about them. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it not. But we have to move it. So, respected teachers, to sum it up, let us all be smart teachers. Let us all follow the rule of smartness. The rule of smartness is very simple. We have to be very specific in our teaching. We have to give our heart and soul to it. We have to give a measurable teaching. We will give that much which is required by the students according to their brain. That is why syllabus is made in that way. NCERT is playing a big role in it for a long period of time. Ask madam, she is one of the person who plays a big role in making curriculum. She knows these things much better than many of us. And whatever we will give to the student, they should be achieved. They should be achievable by the student. Everything should not go above their head. And we should be very realistic in our approach. Students should also understand that whatever they are getting the best way. And of course, time is there. So if all these things are taken together, then I am sure you will be designated as a smart teacher. At least I will always tell you all, very smart teacher. Of course, there is no such official designation or some sort of an appreciation or something like that as smart teachers. But yes, smart people giving smart education will always be considered smart teachers. So with that, we come to this small presentation on how to become a smart teacher. Okay, I will try to share this PPT with madam. I will send it to her and I will request ma'am to forward it also to the teachers.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session and the wonderful way with which you managed. You had a great handicap today because you were not able to present your slides, but then also it was very, very worth listening to what you said. And we hope to have many more sessions with you for Jamshedpur Sahodaya.
Definitely,
So,
ma'am. I'm always there. I'm always there, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we open this now for the question answer session?
Which I will open what?
Can we open this session for the question answers? Are
yes,
you?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Please,
yes.
Please.
So, dear participants, you can ask your doubts, clarify the doubts with our resource person, Mr. Surajit Sen. He is there to help you.
Ma'am, just one request to you. I just want to take one feedback from you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, whatever I said, isn't it relevant in our today's world? In today's
It's
education?
very relevant, sir. It's very relevant, especially when the principals are now doing the principals training. It's very relevant because not only that, we have to keep changing with the changing times. It is the change which is constant, and who adapt to the changes? The smart people adapt to the changes. So your school has to be smart to adapt to the changes and become a smart school. And all of us who have passed through this lockdown period where there were no schools and we had to switch over to the online
Excuse
mode.
me, ma'am.
So don't you think that we all are smart? Yes, we all are smart. As said by
Excuse me, ma'am.
Surajit sir, teachers are much more smarter than they think. It is only to take up the challenges and face it.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is the school number in 5 digits?
How do I know your school number, ma'am? Your school number will be known to you.
Okay, this is related to our school.
Yes, it is. Everything is related. In the attendance sheet, everything is related to your school, ma'am.
Okay then.
So if any teacher wants to ask any question, I will try my best to answer them. If you have any questions, any queries,
I'm
add something. Yes, sir.
from Cross.
Sir, what is
Yes,
the CBSE
School,
Shiksha email
Pulipura.
ID?
Excuse me, I just there is somebody asking for the CBSE Shiksha mail ID. Madam, that is very individual for your school. We won't know your CBSE Shiksha mail ID. So please give the correct mail ID after discussing with your principal. And all of you, please fill up the attendance link because the attendance link will be open for only half an hour and after that it will be closed. So whatever things are asked in the attendance sheet are very personal to your school, not to others. We won't know what your school number or what your CBSE Shiksha mail ID is.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes,
Sir,
please,
I
sir.
have a
Please.
question.
Yes.
Sir, I am a chemistry teacher. How should
Right,
I
sir.
be teaching a student about the chemical around us?
You are what teacher, sir? He's chemistry
Chemistry
teacher.
teacher.
You
Yeah.
are a chemistry teacher, right, sir? You are a chemistry teacher. And how
Yeah.
you will teach the students about the chemicals around ourselves, around us? This is what you mean to say, no, sir? How you will teach about? Okay.
Yeah.
This is your question, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. How you will teach, sir? Tell your student, tell that student, to go to the kitchen and be with his mother, right? Tell the student.
Please attendance link, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you understanding, sir? Are you getting me, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm getting, sir.
You can.
Okay, sir.
I'm getting you, sir.
Best
Please.
chemistry lab. Kitchen is the best chemistry lab in the house. If the student spends 10 minutes with his mother in the kitchen, he will understand chemistry like anything.
Teaching mathematical lab.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you,
are
sir.
you
Thank you, sir.
satisfied, sir, with my answer? Sir, are you satisfied?
Yeah, I will say the students to do that and
Yes.
get the feedback
Go to
on
the
that,
kitchen
sir.
and be with your mother. Sir, real chemistry happens over there, sir. I will tell you, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Real chemistry
Okay,
happens
sir.
over there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Anybody else wants to ask anything?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
67544 हाँ सर
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Yeah.
सर हम
So what is the
मैं हिंदी टीचर हूँ सर
topic, sir?
मैं अपने क्लास को कैसे अरेंज करूँ
आप
Sir,
हिंदी
what is
टीचर हैं, आप स्मार्ट क्लास कैसे अरेंज कीजिएगा?
हिंदी टीचर
हाँ, तो
अरेंज
हिंदी
नहीं सर
टीचर
जैसे है क्या कि
बोलिए
सर हमारा स्कूल इंग्लिश मीडियम है मैं हिंदी
सर।
टीचर हूँ हिंदी में लोग थोड़ा नजरअंदाज करते हैं पढ़ाई से तो इसको अपनी ओर आकृष्ट कैसे करूं
जी सर, समझ गए सर। बच्चे को पहले तो सिखाने पड़ेगा कि हिंदी हमारा एक ऐसा लैंग्वेज है जिसको हमको प्यार करने पड़ेगा।
Resource.
जो होता है ना सर, शिक्षक खुद उसको क्लास में, मेरा हिंदी तो उतना अच्छा है नहीं, हाँ मैं तो बंगाली हूँ, बंगाली का थोड़ा पिकुलर हिंदी था सर। देखिए सबसे बड़ा चीज होता है कोई भी सब्जेक्ट हम पढ़े, चाहे हिंदी पढ़े, चाहे इंग्लिश पढ़े, चाहे सोशल हिस्ट्री पढ़े, ज्योग्राफी, उस चीज को हमको प्यार करने पड़ेगा। मैंने आपको बताया कि वो स्पेसिफिक हमको हो जाने पड़ेगा। अब से सर जब आप क्लास में जाइएगा ना, बच्चे को वो सिखाइए कि उसको भाषा को कदर करे, भाषा को प्यार से करे। कोई भी आप चीज पढ़ाते हैं, कविता
वो दीदी से बोलो कि मेरा वाला है ना काम नहीं कर रहा, दीदी का वो अटेंडेंस लिंक कॉपी करके दीदी मेरे में भेज देगी अगर नहीं भरा है तो।
सर दैट इज अ डिफरेंट स्टोरी। हिंदी सर, जो आपका हिंदी सर से हम जो बात कर रहे थे सर, हिंदी सर, हेलो
सर मेरा भी अटेंडेंस नहीं बन पाया सर।
अटेंडेंस नहीं बन पाया? नहीं हिंदी सर, अभी क्वेश्चन कर रहे थे ना कि हम
दिया हुआ है। All of you please check the attendance link sent in the chat box.
सीबीएसई आईडी क्या है?
हेलो सर।
सीबीएसई शिक्षा क्या है?
सीबीएसई शिक्षा आईडी आपको पता होगा, आपके स्कूल को पता होगा सर, हम लोगों को नहीं पता होगा कि आपके स्कूल का क्या है।
How to make attendance, madam?
Please, sir, if you are really serious, you please go to the chat box, open the link and fill it up.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Please.
Yes.
Sir, what is the
Thank you.
the topic?
The topic is smart teachers make smart schools. Simple as that. Smart teachers make smart school. You are a smart teacher, sir. Smart teachers make smart school.
How to do
I
that
think
attendance?
more questions are there. I think people are more interested about the attendance link. Yes, sir.
Please send attendance link
Sir, resource person name, sir.
Surajit Sen.
Sir, resource person name.
Surajit Sen. Resource person name is Surajit Sen.
Meaning.
Surajit Sen.
Hello, sir.
I haven't received.
Link. I would
Excuse
like
me,
to
sir. I have one question.
नहीं मिलता है अभी तक.
Yes,
I'd
sir,
like
please.
to request all, yes, please listen to me. Please be quiet for a few minutes. The name of the resource person and the name of the topic is given in the attendance link. It is given on the top. Please go and see. You don't have to ask the resource person for it. It's given there. Please check.
Excuse me, sir. I have.
Yes, yes,
Excuse
ma'am.
me, sir. I have one question, sir.
Yes, please.
I am from Mothers International Academy, Anjana Sinha,
Yes.
sir. How can being a smart teacher, how can achieve zero tolerance? Zero tolerance means, sir, 100% learning outcomes.
Madam, see, if you follow these 5 steps, it has been proved beyond doubt. Okay, these are all time tested matters. Okay? These are all researched and time tested things. If you follow these 5 steps of being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, immediately you may not get 100% result, ma'am. I'm telling you, it's not so easy because putting into a child's mind and then getting the result of it, it's not but with continuous practice, if you go and if you follow these steps, then you will definitely get 100%. And let us not be very much ambitious in the initial stages. Let us try to work on them. Okay, maybe
Yes, but yesterday only in our last meeting, it was
Yes.
said that we have to think about the 100% tolerance, means 100% learning outcomes. That's why
Yes.
I'm asking this question.
Yes,
sir.
ma'am, you're correct. Yes, we have to think 100%. If you think 100%, you will in first instant, you will land somewhere around 75%. So that's what I'm saying, that we have to think more about it. More and more practice we have to do. In one go, it is very difficult to achieve 100% in one go. Teaching is not a job, ma'am. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
Okay,
It's
thank
not
you, sir.
a job,
Very,
but
very
we
much.
can go for it.
Thank you.
We can achieve.
Hello,
It takes a little bit of time.
Can I help the participant regarding
Yes.
this CBSE code?
Hello.
Hello. Ha.
Is the
That
CBSE email ID
Yes.
registered?
Yes, write it. Your school code, then shiksha@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
My school's code means.
Your school code, first write your school code, then shiksha@gmail.com.
Excuse me, sir.
The school code means the application number. Excuse me, sir.
जैसे मेरा स्कूल कोड है 66332, 5-digit code.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
First
sir.
write school code. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Am I supposed to fill CBSE digital ID in place
Yes,
of
yes.
CBSE Shiksha mail ID?
Okay.
Yesterday's day before yesterday's session, this was informed that write school code and then write shiksha@gmail.com. That will be your CBSE
School
code.
code is the code of the school or the personal code that we get as individual from CBSE.
Excuse me, sir. Shiksha will be not there. CBSE Shiksha.in will be there. So kindly before it should be.
उसको पहले आपको स्कूल कोड लिखना है. आपका स्कूल कोड लिख के shiksha@gmail.com.
अपना नाम बताइए ना प्लीज.
सर मेरा नाम मनमीत कुमार हुआ सर.
मनमीत कुमार, ये कौन है भाई?
हेलो सर, क्या मैं सुनाई दे रही हूँ? हेलो हेलो हेलो.
Excuse me, sir. Hello. Excuse me, sir.